Hey girlfriends, and welcome back. So in today's tutorial I'm going to show you guys how I created these ombre purple jumbo lemonade braids. So mom's been wanting some colored braids for quite some time now, so we picked up 3 packs of this outre jumbo braiding hair. We got an ombre dark purple as well as a light purple, and then 1 pack of a color number 2, which is pretty much an off black. We ended up using 2.5 of those packs. We had about a half a pack left over, and we're starting off on freshly moisturized hair. I'm taking down her twist out and combing it out to begin parting. You guys know how much I stress sectioning off the hair before you start braiding, so I'm going to go ahead and section off that front portion. I wrapped around her middle part all the way over to the other side to touch her right ear, and that's going to be my part that's going to be hanging towards the front of her head. The other side is where I'll be creating all of the braids that will be wrapping around to the opposite side of the head, so I'm starting from a peak point, which will be right there at the top. All of the braids are going to follow that peak point and just wrap around to the other side of the head, and in the very back or the nape of the head is going to be a large braid going to the other side as well. The braid in the nape is going to start from the tip of her ear and wrap all the way around to the other side. I'm just basing the entire braid with some white Eco Styler gel. This is like the clear gel, the crystal clear gel, and I'm just using that to keep her hair nice and polished before I start braiding. Now to create these feed-in braids, we're going to go ahead and just start off with the natural hair first and add in the braiding hair as we go. I'm going from the smallest piece to the largest piece towards the end. The end of her hair is going to have the largest portions of the braiding hair. Now I might as well go ahead and be completely honest with you guys. I did not like this braiding hair whatsoever. This is exactly why I usually don't really go for like the color braiding hair. I don't know what they put in it, but it just comes out really rough. It's hard to deal with and super hard to work with. So I don't really recommend this particular brand of braiding hair whatsoever. When it comes down to this ombre braiding hair, it was so rough compared to the natural number 2. I love the number 2 they had for the outre jumbo braiding hair. Was nice and soft, but this color one was not the business. But Natural Boss Lady also has some ombre braiding hair that you guys can try out. It is super silky and soft, so if you really want to go for an ombre colored look, I'd highly recommend that Kanekalon braiding hair. So to make this less of a bold hairstyle, you know, mom is a little bit older, I don't want to go too bold and crazy with the look. I went ahead and added the light purple towards the back, the dark purple towards the middle, and then I used the color number 2, aka the off black, towards the front. And I'm just using the Eco Styler gel once again and a little mini toothbrush just for hair to go ahead and sleek down this hair. We want it nice and polished and sleek so that it's easy to braid and it comes out nice and a nice finished look. Always start with the natural hair first, just for a little bit until you get a nice good grip of the hair, and then slowly begin to add in the braiding hair. Like I said, I'm using a small little piece of braiding hair as I go, and towards the ends, when the braid is a lot more thicker and dense, I add in much larger pieces. Like I said, altogether I ended up using 2.5 packs, which was not a lot of hair for these large braids. Our hair is naturally thick and dense, so you don't need a whole bunch of braiding hair to create this natural feed-in look. You want it to look as natural as possible, not super bulky. As you make your way to the top, these braids will be wrapping all the way around to the other ear, and some of them will end up above the ear, which is totally okay. This braid will meet up with her opposite ear, and then the last and final braid is going to run straight into her sideburns. So I'm going to braid it all the way down to her sideburns. If you're working on natural hair, of course, and you need to make the hair a lot more softer and easier to work with, feel free to add in as much gel or water as you need to make this come out nice and sleek. The cool thing with working with Eco Styler gel is that it'll come out white if you use too much, but when it dries pretty much clear, so you don't have to worry about any kind of crazy mess on the braids when you're done. And here are my last 4 braids. These are moving towards the front of her hair. They're going to hang right in the front, and I'm just doing the same exact method. I'm using the color number 2 towards the front because it's going to give it a nice toned down look. So the front has the dark black color, and then the middle has that dark purple color, and then the ends, the longest pieces towards the back, are super light purple. And as you guys can see, these front braids came out a lot neater and nicer than the purple hair, because like I told you guys, I don't know what it is with colored braiding hair, it just always comes out really rough. But I'm gonna go ahead and dip these into some boiling hot water to allow the synthetic fibers to melt together and create a nice and final polished look. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this. Mom was so excited for this hairstyle. And right now I am open for all kinds of video requests. Please leave your video requests down below. I'd love to know what you guys like to see from us next. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next tutorial.